Hello, my name is Divyang, and this is going to be my presentation on EE104 Lab 7. This is going to be designing a chatbot to answer questions from a database that we have created. For this lab, I've created a database using the MongoDB application. MongoDB is a database client application that is similar to MySQL, but the advantages of MongoDB is that it gives us scalability compared to other databases, as well as it's more document based, and we're allowed to split the data across multiple different hardware platforms. So for the first line of this code, we have from PyMongo import Mongo client or Mongo client. Mongo client is the built-in Python library that we have to import, and that is coming from the PyMongo installation that we have done. So in order to use MongoDB, we have to pip install PyMongo, and that is what we have done. And so this first line establishes the local host link. This client is equal to Mongo client MongoDB localhost 27017. This link is taking us to this database application that I've created. So this is the name, database name EE104 Lab 7. This is the contents. It gives us the storage size, documents, average document size, indexes, total index size, and it gives us this database. This database I have created in Spider, and it is updating the database from Spider. So you can see our first entry, and that's my name, Divyang, last name Vaidya, birth date, phone number, email, city. And I've chosen to enter the first COVID shot, as well as the second COVID shot, as well as the vaccine brand parameters. So those are the parameters that we have chosen to build this database. And those parameters are recorded right here. From lines 15, line 16, it starts the database information. So this line, COVID collection DB, that's the collection name. So this entire table is basically called a collection, and that collection name is COVID vaccine database. So as you can see, the first input is the person number. So the first person, second person, third person. So we have the first person, and then first name, which is my name, last name, Vaidya, date of birth, phone number, email, city, which is San Jose. City is one of the parameters that I've chosen to enter. And vaccine brand is another parameter that I chose to enter. So the vaccine brand is Pfizer, the date of first COVID shot, the second COVID shot. And then for our second person, we've put Steph Stephen Curry. That's the date of birth of Steph Curry. And then the phone number, email, the city, and the date of the two COVID shots. And the brand is Moderna. So we have populated this database with 7 entries. So 7 people represent different people, and they represent a COVID database in real world. So you would have like the name, date of birth, what city they're from, as well as the dates of their COVID-19 vaccination shots. So lines 16 to 106 represent the block of code that's going to be formatted in MongoDB, and collection.insert many records. So this line enables us to actually perform the input command in the Mongo database. So printf inserted. So this is like a confirmation line that I created. So when we run this code, it would tell us, okay, the information is actually entered into the database. So I can show this. Let me restart my kernel. So inserted 7 records into EE104.COVID vaccine. So that's the name of our database, EE104 Lab 7, and in there we have put EE104 COVID vaccine. So that's going to be for our COVID vaccine database. And let me move on to the main program to run this application. So from PyMongo import Mongo client. That's again the aforementioned Mongo client library. So you have to do pip install PyMongo in order for it to work. And then from LangChain OpenAI import chat OpenAI. So LangChain OpenAI is another built-in Python library that enables us to use the chat OpenAI interface. And the load API key from .env file in the current directory. So this helps us load the .env file, which we have stored our API key. So the API key that we have loaded in is in this file, the env example.env. So this is formatted as an env file that gets imported into the main Python script, such that we're able to use the API key and leverage their AI tool, leverage their AI bot to run this Python program. So the env key is right here. And for the run program.py, we again connect to the Mongo database in step one. So that's going to be our client, Mango client. That's going to be our local host. So if I go back to my database and I click on show connection info, that's the local host 27017 right here. So that's what it's calling. And it's telling us okay, from that local host, I want you to read this E104 Lab 7 database application. And from there, I want you to read the contents of the table called COVID vaccine database. And then step two is to retrieve all the documents as context. So this function right here, def COVID vaccine data, it basically retrieves the data from that database in Mongo and def ask questions. So when we load the API key, uh, it's going to be able to ask the questions and define the chatbot logic. So because this is a chatbot application, we have to define the chatbot logic. So the API key gets loaded into this line 29, print debug loaded API key get env open API key, and then the context get COVID vaccine data, and then the prompt. So starting at line 36, so this block of code that enables us to declare the API key and use the GPT model. So the open API key that we have stored in the env file that gets loaded into line 41, and we're declaring it as open API key. So open API key is equal to the key. And so we have to load it in from using that variable because we can't load the API key directly. It will produce an error. So we have to use a .env file and import it in. So this calls that .env file variable, which has the key. And it returns the invoke prompt. And then this lines 46 to 60, it enables us to run the chatbot. So when we run the program, the first line is going to say, welcome to the COVID vaccine chatbot. That enables us to run the program and essentially just tells us, okay, now you've entered the chatbot. And so the lines number 49 and 50, that's setting the user input so we could ask it a question. And line 50 is enabling us to say, okay, if we exit out, then the print statement is going to be goodbye and then break. So the break function in Python enables us to terminate the program immediately. And so user input exit. So as soon as we enter exit, then the program is going to end and terminate, and it'll say goodbye. Or if there's an error, it'll just say print error. It'll just produce an error, and it'll print on the console error. So let's now run the program. So welcome to the COVID vaccine chatbot. So now I'm going to ask it questions. So I can say, has Vivian Lydia been vaccinated for the second time? And yes, Divyang Vaidya has been vaccinated for the second time, and it prints the date. His date of second COVID shot is this, May 15, 2022. So when we go back, my name and the date entered is May 15, 2022, and that is what it's reading. So we can try another question. Which name does the phone number 669-285-354 belong to? So that phone number belongs to the person named Divyang Vaidya. And as we can see here, that phone number does in fact belong to me and is reading it from the Mongo database. So we can try a different phone number as well. So let's try person number 4, Peter Parker. So 669-123-4567. So And of course, the phone number 669-123-4567 belongs to Peter Parker. So another question we could ask is uh, uh, whose email is at yahoo.com. So the email that vadia.dave@yahoo.com belongs to me. I basically asked it whose email does it belong to, and it's reading from the database and it's spitting out the name. So another parameter we could try is uh, give me a list of names of people who have only been vaccinated once. And those two are the names of people who have only been vaccinated once. And as we can see, John Hamilton Smith has only been vaccinated once, and Bruce Woodland Wayne has only been vaccinated once, as I have not inputted a second COVID shot date. So now if we say, give me a list of names that list of names of people that have been vaccinated twice. And those are all the people that have been vaccinated twice. And so based on that, based on the AI reading the database, we're able to print the values. So Divyang Vaidya, that's me. It's been recorded. I've been vaccinated twice. Stephen Curry, again, vaccinated twice. Peter Parker has been vaccinated twice. And Clark Kent has been vaccinated twice. So now we can try who has been given the Moderna vaccine. And based on the vaccine brand that I've put in the database, it reads out the list of names of people who received it. So in this case, it's Stephen Curry, John Hamilton Smith, Bruce Woodland Wayne, and Clark Donald Kent. So Clark Donald Kent has received the Moderna vaccine. Bruce Woodland Wayne has received the Moderna vaccine. John Hamilton Smith uh, has received the Moderna vaccine, and Steph Curry has received the Moderna vaccine. So now I'm going to try the exit key to making sure that the break function works. So exit, and it says goodbye. So this has been my demonstration of the chatbot created to read information from a database. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.